Oh my God, we are apparently live. Look at that.
Yes.
Live. L is for the way you look
Look at
at
me.
me.
I is for what?
All right, we just did it again. So it just did the coming and
Okay.
going.
All right.
L is for the way you look at me. I is what I used to look and see. L-I-K. K is for the way you kiss and miss me.
Okay. So,
I'm trying to figure out how to share the damn thing. So,
okay. Welcome, you guys. Hello, Lisa. To Feel It Real Fun for All on the 3rd of January. Wow, no, I've got to change it. Feel It
that's
Real
right.
Fun live on
All
the
right.
3rd of January
So
2025.
there they are.
Hello, Joe.
How are we supposed to share this? Yeah, you do your thing. I'll do mine.
Yes. So, and it's your manifesting questions answered live.
All right. So they've made it really. You're able to share it.
But they just made it in a different spot.
Oh, they've.
We're learning.
Yeah. Anyway, this may be the last time we do it this way.
Oh no, we've just learned all the tricks.
Oh, look at that. So look at that. See, it's giving us
Yeah.
the live things too.
That's cool.
All right.
And
so-
do we want to do that to compete with it?
Oh.
I mean, I know we're wired in.
All right. So
Anyway.
today we are. So just for us, oh, it's saying it's still too low of a frame rate per second. Unbelievable. We are hard cabled in.
Can I turn off
We've
Wi-Fi?
got. No, it ain't gonna matter. We have the fastest internet almost available in your house in Australia, and there's still, right? But I digress. So welcome to another exciting episode Victoria told you about. Feel It Real Fun 2025. We is alive.
Yes.
And we're on fire with desire. So
Oh.
if you haven't joined us yet in Join Remarkable, I sent out a bunch of reminders this morning for folks that were in all last year. And I'd like for you to all stick around. Some of you are, some of you aren't. That's fine. But it's that time. So joinremarkable.com. If you were there for the whole year last year, time to renew. And I'd love to be there dancing with you. So with all that, we've got a very cool show. I almost had a quote. We figured out how to share. We can see you here.
Yes.
And it seems
Hello,
like it does
Dennis.
still do that. But that's all right. All right.
Yeah.
So, Victoria.
Yes.
I think that's about it. I had a lovely shopping trip this morning with a shopping list. That was really, really cool.
You did.
Maybe I'll go get it. So
Okay.
you just say something else. I'll get the list.
So that was joinremarkable.com.
Notice how I can get up without motherfucking.
And-
It's really nice. Oh, I swore.
For refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
All right.
That's right.
$10 in the kitty. All right. So this year we are, among my personal themes is to share the profound without the profane. So far I haven't accomplished that, but look at today's shopping list.
Hold it closer to the camera. Or maybe they can see it, but
Look at that. All right.
Around and
You
round
notice
and
what it
round you
doesn't
go.
have on there? The given.
meat.
Yes. You should see what
I
I,
don't
did
need
yesterday.
to write that on the list.
Oh, I got $125 of premium meat yesterday for $65.
Yeah.
Oh, these sirloins and oh my God. But Victoria, shall we dive in since we're talking about meat with the first question?
Yes. Okay.
And thank you guys for tagging people
Yeah.
because,
Thank you.
like I said, we're trying to learn this new technology. I might just take it all to YouTube just for fun, right? Because we can do lives there, and since Facebook is being interesting,
Yes.
I seem to digress.
Okay.
All right.
So the first question is from Vibrating Vegan.
Oh, yeah. I took the name out. I'm being nice. I didn't ask.
Vibrating Vegan, vibrations and vegetables matter.
Oh, you could imagine the fun I had with this one this morning.
And Vibrating Vegan asks, don't you think that raising your vibration by eating vegetables makes you a better manifestor?
All right. Now, I find this interesting because it's almost like saying, all right, so I asked this. So let me get this right. So vibrations matter, vegetables matter, being a vegan matters. I don't think so, right? It's the...
It's Neville's quibbles.
It's Neville's quibbles,
Yes.
right? Neville had quibbles. Yeah,
Yes.
Abdullah had a giggle about that.
Yes.
I'd like to assert that giggles matter. Now, here's the thing, right? Giggles do. Right? I'd rather manifest more shit that makes me giggle than more shit that makes me grumpy. And this is why I don't ever send a message that says something like, "Don't you think, Joe Weldon, that?" Right? Like, really? Like, come on. Right? Yeah. I'll say, "Hey, check this out," or "Here's what I'm sharing." But it's like, wouldn't you agree? Watch this. Right? Victoria, wouldn't
Yes.
you agree that having a happy husband in every way,
It's better and
yeah,
better every day or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
What do you-
Wherever it goes, it ain't going to be good, right?
Yeah.
So whenever they start out with "Don't you think that," they obviously know I don't think that, right? It's sort of like saying eating meat makes me a better manifester. Hey, my love and adoration of eating flesh and fat cooked by fire, it just makes it really easy for me to surrender to that desire. And so I leave the house yesterday, and I've already decided. I'm crushing it. And I walked in, and I got all these sirloin steaks. I got all these not racks of lamb, all these lamb chops. I got $125 worth of premium meat for $65. Right? That's easy for me to manifest because that's a hunger that I surrender to. I have a hunger that I surrender to called her as well, right? I hunger for her smile, for her style, and it comes after a little while, right? and,
Is
and
the whole show going to be like this?
it very well could be because apparently Vibrating Vegan, right, thinks being a vegan's important. And it's sort of like, it's like me saying the way you're playing, if you use rhyme and reason and alliteration for the rest of the nations will catch on to the station. I mean, like, at a point, it just gets ridiculous. But I can still have a lot of fun because I manifest fun. So, do I think raising my vibration by eating vegetables makes me a better manifester? No. I don't even think raising your vibration by focusing on fun makes you a better manifester. You attract what you are. So, I happen to have a sense of humor, and I tend to attract humor. But I digress. Beth, thank you too for sharing with a whole bunch of cool kids.
Cool.
And that is right. Joe Weldon, primordial caveman diet. Good. Yeah. Flesh, fat, and fire. Right? That's my desire. So, Victoria.
Yes.
So that was
That's
vibrating
good for
vegan.
vibrating vegan.
Yeah, we're not worried about vibrations or vegans.
Okay.
But I must admit, I do find. Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to talk about those little things. So, Victoria,
Yes.
shall we?
Thank you, Vibrating Vegan,
That's
for
right.
your question. The next question is just happened on Facebook.
Yeah, I forget who asked, so I just said Facebook.
Yeah.
Because I
What
shared
is
some.
tag manifesting? And whoever said, I don't understand what you mean by tag manifesting.
Yet.
Yes.
All right, are we done with that one?
Yep. Okay. The next question is from
Yeah, by the way, so here's the thing. People get into these long, drawn-out inner arguments, right? I just think that's insane, right? And you can tell because they get into long, drawn-out external arguments too, right? And so, people do, "Oh, I don't understand this, and I don't know how you could do this yet." Yet? Yeah. Yet you may understand later or
not
not, right?
later.
So, but it's this little tag at the end. It's the little tail at the end that just like, if you just want the damn thing to be quiet, and yet there are these little pieces of pivot grammar that you can just use to add in humor. Oh no, you wouldn't believe everyone's trying to kill me, and obviously they haven't succeeded yet. I haven't paid them enough, apparently. So the thing is, I'm really not suggesting using this as a method. I'm just saying this is a lovely way to notice when you're loopy inside your head. You can go to war, or... All right, that was fun.
Okay.
All right.
So thank you, whoever
Steve,
it was
yo.
that asked on Facebook, what is tag manifesting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just find tags really useful because it's like one of those things where if you let it end where you don't want it to end, I shared a couple years ago, everything is either an end or a middle. So she didn't get her cheese this morning. right?
What was the second pack that you put in the fridge?
No, see, she had Parmesan cheese on that list,
Oh, yes.
and she didn't get it.
Right.
And I asked, and they said, well, we don't have any. And I said, yet. And she goes, yeah, it's coming in on Tuesday. Great. See, I don't let it end where it ends, right? And you don't have to let anything end, right? Or you can end anything. So here's the question I keep asking people. So I go into the health food store today, and I'm talking with Kathy, and what's her name? And I don't know what's her name. His name. And I said, look, listen, let me ask you a question. So they look around and they listen, and I let me ask them a question. And I say, what is it that you let die last year that you're not going to drag around this year? And I asked the lovely little girl at the Woolies as well. And they all sort of stand back, and it's like, oh, wow. Never thought of that. And they start to process things, because it's not what am I going to accomplish. Now, what are you going to stop putting on your plate? And so this is, again, another place where we can play, where people feel they're in the middle. Well, I'm 50 pounds overweight, and I'm flat broke, and I'm struggling, and blah, blah, blah. And you don't have to continue that. You could let that be, what it was, and walk away from it, and explore dancing inside your desires. But more on that in a bit. So,
Cool. Excellent.
all right.
Okay. The next question's from William. Would you tell us more about Simon Peter? And William asks, would you tell us more about Simon Peter, the superpower of honour and Dignify?
Alrighty. So there are so many ways to explore this. And if you haven't joined us in Remarkable, the crass commercial right now is joinremarkable.com. If you want to save yourself a lot of time later, just put that at the footer the whole way through.
Okay.
And just do the mid things, like, hey, and William asks, right?
Yes.
So I've got countless ways of exploring this, and I'm doing a lot of writing on it and having a lot of fun. We're tossing this up in the Cool Kids chat for the people that have signed up for 2025, and it's dripping now into the actual group as well. But here's one. Separate the man from the state. Right? If you want to honor and dignify the Lord, and you want to honor and dignify the person, separate the human from the state. Because any of us can slip into a shit state at any time. And as soon as I go, this is the way I am. I'm an addict. I'm a procrastinator. I never get shit done. Or I curse her the same way. I'm not separating the individual. I am not separating your awareness of being as God from the state that you're being aware from. And that's dishonorable. Because when you can change your state in the twinkle of an eye. By the way, insisting that it's going to take a long time and a lot of persistence, like most people are teaching, right? Not a fan of it. I know Neville said to persist, but he didn't say struggle. Struggle is an option. And when I watch people day in and day out share these struggle videos and tell me, well, an intention is the same as a desire, and no, it ain't. Here's another one. Your desires are hungers. God gives you the hungers. They show up out of the blue. Suddenly, I'm shopping today, and I disobeyed orders.
You
Sorry.
bought something that wasn't on the list.
Oh, yeah. So says something like, get 11 pieces of cheese. Get 6 pieces of ham. And the lovely little girl says, can I help you, 20? I'm like, yep. We're going to disobey, right? And we're going to have fun. And I got way more ham and way more cheese.
Yep.
Right? Because it was fun. Because when I look at the list, I go, I could have me some ham. I could have me some cheese. So I'm getting more of the same cheese and more of the same ham. I'm surrendering to a desire as it happens. And this is the nature of a hunger, of a desire. A hunger or a desire is not a solution to a problem. It's a hunger. It's a desire. I'm hungry for flesh cooked on fire with yummy fat. And I honor me by eating that. Or I could get lost in my head about a lot of things and not enjoy any meal whatsoever. Or enjoy being right about what I'm eating, even though it doesn't make me happy. And this is the cool thing. You get to honor and dignify your awareness of being as God. You get to honor and dignify where your desires come from. You get to realize that, or you get to just notice a lot of these man-made concepts, intention, struggle, determination. You don't need any of that. It doesn't honor you. It honors falsehood. And I'm not a fan of that.
So honor and dignify the Lord, and honor and dignify the state. Is that what, or the person?
Yes. Yeah, and it's the same thing. This is so worth exploring, because if I dishonor her, and the silliest one is, oh, she's a Leo. She is. She was born in the Leo month or whatever. I'm an Aries, right? Apparently I'm always on fire, right? A little flamboyant.
Just a bit. Yes.
But we also get to separate me from the state. And here's another. Well, here's what happened. Ready? Here's a big one. People dishonor themselves all the time by getting stuck in the story of, well, let me tell you what happened. And this is when they use it for, and this is why I can't or won't. Right? Here's what happened, and here's why I can or won't, and here's why I'm going to suck the breath out of your lungs. Right? In other words, you can dishonor you by settling for excuses, for mediocrity. Or you can honor you with excellence. So far, okay, we haven't found a formula that's working good with Facebook right now. I dropped $20 on an adapter, I dropped $20 on a cable, and it's not about the money. It's called, I want to honor and dignify the show. And so we're doing the best we can to do that. With the way they changed the software, the iPad ain't doing shit. It's not communicating right with the microphone. This thing is, but it's giving us choppy video. So I'll drop $20, then 20 more bucks, and just see what it's going to take.
What's possible? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the thing of, I can make up an excuse, yeah, or I can, so I can settle for an excuse. Well, I mean, let me tell you what happened, or. Because, the Facebook thing, blah, blah, blah. Or I can go, radio, sing to the Lord a new song. And I'll give one more. Tell us about Simon Peter. Like I said, I've got dozens of these ways that I'm currently exploring it, and the way it's showing up in the chat, and the way it'll show up on the live calls. I just lost it.
That last little note, isn't it?
I sort of incorporated that. Anyway, it'll come back.
Yeah.
So let us keep going, Victoria.
Okay.
All right.
And don't forget, Simon Peter, of course, is the first
crass commercial.
Yeah, for Join Remarkable. It's the first month because he's the first disciple.
Yeah.
So we'll be, we're learning all about him in January.
So we're doing the 12 disciples next year, right?
Yes.
One disciple a month, and we did. We explored them, I think, 3 or 4 years ago. It's a different exploration. Some people are going, well, I did that, right? I'm not going to do it again. Fine and dandy, right?
Yeah.
You ever kiss someone? Right? As far as I can tell, it's never the same kiss twice, right? She walked away from me the other day, right? She was busy, had shit on her mind. And I said, yo.
Tulips.
Yeah, tulips, right? We need some tulips in the garden. Right, that's the code phrase, right? Yes. So, and by the way, you think that honors and dignifies her? I want her to kiss me. I want to kiss her, right? I feel hunger. It arises within me. It beckons. And I don't go, well, that's the way she is. She's busy. She's gone. That's all right. I'll just lay here and be blah, 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 blah. Right? How much of that you got in your life you don't want? Do you think it honors and dignifies you? All right. Anyway, we'll see if that other one comes back. Hi, Bruce.
Cool. Excellent.
Uncle Joe's here.
So, thank you, William, for your question.
All right.
Excuse me. Okay, and the last question today
Hi, Bruce.
is from Remarkable Lisa and LaRock, Power and Glory.
You see him?
Oh, there's little Emmett. I can see your head, Emmett.
It is that one.
Scruffy boy. Power and Glory. And Lisa asks, hello, 20 and Victoria.
Yo, Lisa.
Hello. I've noticed procrastination and distraction are the unfortunate parents of crisis.
Yes.
Not long ago, those in power found wealth in oil. Today, those who hold the attention of the world wield influence. Human energy via attention is the coveted natural resource. Circumstances demand my service by resourcing my attention and energy. As source, I am super fluent as I give life to the lovely. It seems we humans are tirelessly looking for evidence of our divinity, to see our reflection, like the mythical character narcissist in the pool. It's Narcissus, but in the pool of water. Hebrews states, he is the radiance of the glory of God and the exact imprint of his nature, and he upholds the universe by the word of his power. Now, January, I'm desiring my summer garden, not because it's cold and dreary, yet to know my future glory as my blossoms reflect my love and beauty. Just as children are their parents pushed out, we see our glory made manifest. 20, chat to us about indulging in our glory. Crumbs, there's so much in there. Oh, it's just so fabulous. Yeah, and I really love that what Hebrews states. He is the radiance of the glory of God and the exact imprint of his nature, and he upholds the universe by the word of his power.
Mankind can't help but make mistakes. We are so limited with what we can physically see, hear, touch, and think about. And when I look at stuff that dishonors us, thoughts become things. What a fantastic meme. That's one of the best memes ever, because it's infectious and easy to spread. Because I can talk to anyone and say, well, you know, thoughts become things. And they go,
Oh,
wow.
Better watch what I think.
Yeah, because it has alliteration, and it's really simple. It's a thought, so a noun, a verb, a noun. Oh, wow. Right? It's a real simple way of infection. And I notice it totally ignores reality. Your imaginal experience leads all of your experience. If I can separate me from the state I'm in, glory days. If I can separate her from the state she's in, glory days. And I just don't mean when she's having a shit show where I am. At any moment in time, am I able to perceive, not just believe, that there's Victoria, and then there are the states that Victoria inhabits. We live at 30 Kringle Drive, Eltham, Victoria, 3095. A lovely little mud brick home. We've got a lovely little cottage out back. But they aren't us. They're our devotion, and we love here. But these are our dwelling places. And there are times where she goes and dwells in the garden and has no perception of the house. And there are times where she's in the house and she's got no perception of the garden. So I'm not really interested in what people believe, the way most people use the word. I'm more curious about how you perceive anything. And so I see the lovely young lady behind the deli counter. She's in her mundane madness. And I can't help but go, oh, joy.
Mine.
Right? It's going to be glorious. And she turns, and you can tell she's doing it. It's all autopilot till she sees me, and I'm lighting up. I can just feel, it's here I go. I'm going to honor and dignify the spark that's there, that expresses itself as a lovely young lady who is experiencing working a mundane morning. And we had a blast. I saw her later in the store while I'm walking in circles. And can you imagine why I'm walking in circles? And she passes me, and she sees me, and she perks up, and I said, "An escapee." And she goes, "Yep." So she's out, right? She's clocking out, right? She's escapeeing, and I'm honoring that, and she's honoring me as the sparks behind the eyes, and as two humans doing something that most people would find mundane. And y'all remarkable kids that have gone shopping with me, is it a mundane experience? It's always an adventure, right? So I love the word glory, by the way. And so Paul at the pool, he will say, "What is for lunch, 20?" And I'll go, "Paul, it's glorious." I swear to God. "Oh, you eat meat." So, "Oh, Paul, all right, not just one meat. All right, today we've got German bacon, Australian lamb, French blue cheese, very old and very French, from a cow, right?" And of course, some yummy, absolutely delicious
Eggs, no.
and flesh, cow.
Cow.
Yeah, how now, cow, right?
Right.
Pink in the middle. And when you can let so many people dishonor themselves because they enter the state of garbage man.
Honor themselves.
No, dishonor themselves.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. They dishonor themselves by getting into the state of garbage man. So they deal with the garbage every day. Here's some more garbage. It's the glory of God. I have the problems that I have because of the glory of God. I love this. It wasn't a leper. Who was it? A deaf, blind man. Somebody. So they asked him, why is it that this man is afflicted with whatever it is? Beth, help me out here. Is it because he sinned or his parents? And Jesus says, this is for the glory of God to be made manifest, or something like that. So as an internet marketer, I run into problems. Sometimes PayPal don't work right. Sometimes a website doesn't work right. Sometimes Facebook doesn't work right. And I can grump about the garbage. Mm-hmm. And as a human, I will. But or I can glorify the Lord. I can glorify the Lord. This is an opportunity to imagine lovingly. This is an opportunity to explore who I am and how this works. So we can do, let me tell you what happened. We can do, let me tell you what I think is going to happen. You'd be shocked how many people, I tend to have about 5 people a year who would love to do Remarkable, who refuse to get on Facebook and can't see the value of the course without getting on Facebook. And I say, you don't have to. There are people that have done the course. Some of them show up on the calls. They never speak, but they still get their money's worth. And then there are people who will sit around and go, I'm not doing it because it doesn't meet these criteria. And they're grumpy because they've set up criteria where they can't be satisfied. And we get to explore, can I allow myself to be satisfied? Can I invite satisfaction into my life? Not settling, but true satisfaction. That's the glory of God. In Genesis, it wasn't, God said, let there be light. And it's like, well, I mean, that's pretty close. That's all right. Day 2, let there be puppies. Well, that's a gerbil. I don't know. Yeah, that's okay. Day 3. At the end of every day, God said, this is good. Right? Glory revealed. It wasn't, yeah. So when I look at all this, and I imagine Lisa in the wintertime anticipating the garden.
In summer, yeah.
Yeah, there's this is well worth so writing down. I intend, right? Well, I can't figure out my desire. That's all head. A hunger is a here and a now experience. I walk up to the girl, and I've got this list, and she says, well, how many pieces of ham and how many pieces of cheese was I supposed to buy?
6 pieces of ham. And I can't Did I say 11 pieces?
Something like that.
I probably said 12, but anyway.
Yeah, 11's a more interesting number. Right? And so I look at the ham and I look at the cheese and a hunger beckons. And that's when I tell her I'm going to disobey. And I have so much fun disobeying my wife, flirting with this young girl, her flirting back, having a great time. And I get way too much ham and way too much cheese. Wait till you see. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at the cringe, right? It's just fun. And when I glorify the Lord by surrendering to a desire, it's not that I have this intention, it's not that I have a goal. You get they're completely different beasts. God speaks to man through the medium of his basic desires. Now, what man does is man diminishes the desire, thinking this is what I can accomplish, so I will accept less. Or man says, "Oh, I will do it my way." Every desire has its own plan and power fulfillment. And now watch this. And as we glorify and magnify the Lord, and as we honor and dignify ourselves as God having the adventure of a lifetime, I accept the wish in its fullness. See, I can perceive the wish, but I can't possibly perceive its plan or its power. And this is about everything. And so I had no idea me accepting ham and cheese would fit into today's show so much. But it does what I desire, because I always desire something fresh to share in a show. I'm not a fan of sharing the same 3 stories for 4 years. I am also not a fan of, here's it is all structured out and I'll read from a note card. I don't get it. I don't need to be in the room. I just send you the note card. On the other hand, one more. Ready? What if you really are here to hear the sacred song and to dance the divine dance of you, and you settle for internal argument day in and day out? And this is where I'm having a lot of fun right now, because if I settle for inner argument, if I'm in there arguing about something, I have to find someone who will who will give me agreement. So I'm seeing from inner argument, and I have to seek outer agreement. And so suddenly, the only thing I can use her for is agreement. And people spend their entire lives like this. Inner argument, seeking agreement, I'm right, I've been wronged. And you want to honor you? What does Neville teach? He teaches the I am experience. And when you really start to explore, there's a sacred song being sung within you. It's eternal, inviting you to the divine dance of you, the humanity and the divinity that you are. And if you want to honor and dignify you, if you want to reveal the glory of God, don't disobey it. Don't doubt it. And if you're finding ways to delay, scroll back up. And procrastination and distraction. Right? If you're finding ways to delay, you're only doing that because you're denying who you are and how this works. So, I'm starting up one-on-one coaching again next week. I've had a lovely little time off.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm starting on Sunday. I got one at 6:30. Oh my God, I love that time slot. Meanwhile, joinremarkable.com. If this tickles you in any way, right? If it doesn't, don't bother. Because here's one more. God, I feel like Matt, the guy I was listening to this morning. So here's one more. Ready? You aren't data. Data gets debated, data gets argued about. And we live in a world where people mostly think that they're data because they're stuck on their thinking, defending their thoughts, and they seek more and more and more and more and more data. And I'm incessantly inviting people to dance. I am not the data guy. I will dance with you. I love dancing with you. When I watch you guys comment, that turns me on, right? I don't see the comments. I don't read them mostly. Sometimes I check in with them. But dancing, I want to dance with her. I don't want to put her in the box of Leo and me and Aries, and how does a Leo and an Aries interact, right? And this is where most people settle when they could soar. So if you want to glorify God, if you want to honor and dignify you, here we go. JoinRemarkable.com.
Yeah.
How's that?
That was amazing. Thank
fun.
you.
I
And I
taught,
realise, of course, procrastination, distraction, and crisis, they're all just states.
yeah,
And how it's probably moving into my story a bit, but how it started with William asking about Simon Peter and
yeah,
honour and dignify the Lord and honour and dignify the person. But they're just states. There's no honour and dignity in those states.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So people will procrastinate and they will, so I'm going to procrastinate till there's a crisis and they get a hit. Let's call that heroin. Or they will distract themselves with stuff that gives them a loud belly laugh. That's a hit. Let's call it morphine, just for fun. On the other hand, you start fucking accomplishing something, you start experiencing something, you put let me ask, when you nail a project in the garden, big or small, how do you feel?
oh, fabulous.
So whenever you're out there drudgering after a hot day with the hoses for an hour, and you wake up the next morning and you take a walk, how do you feel?
Oh, really good. I did it this morning.
Really good. I see, this is real.
Yeah.
She surrenders to a desire, a happy, healthy, lovely garden. And that drags her outside, so she drags her own hoses.
Yeah.
And we're all going to do things that drag. On the other hand, she surrendered to a desire, and that gives her a spike. And that's, I'm sorry, it gives her a wave. If she put off watering to the end of the month, because then we can afford to water next month,
The plants are dead.
right? All the plants are
Excuse
dead.
me. Yes.
Then there's a crisis.
Yeah.
How do we fix the crisis? And when we settle for procrastination, we have crises. And when we settle for distraction, we have crises. On the other hand, when we actually play and actually dance, all right. So your strawberry bit opened all that bit up.
You did.
Was that the
hold
complete
up
strawberry bit? Or did I
Yeah,
hijack you?
no, I think it was. But let me hold the card up for
Okay.
us. So, firstly, thank you, Lisa, for your fabulous question. And what we want to know is tell us what's your hashtag strawberry bit. And mine was, yes, how the two linked in so marvellously together. Yes. So, yeah, loving
Cool.
it. Yes.
Me too.
I'm just having another little. Oh, and I love that.
The
I just
Hebrews.
love that. He upholds the universe. Probably the last part of that, he upholds the universe by the word of his power.
I would be real curious what the root of that is, because when we go into Genesis and the root word and where word and speaking come forth from, the words are Amar and Debar, which have to do with when you dive deep into that, it's declaring.
Declarations.
And
yeah.
last year in Remarkable, we kept bumping into declarations of being, and you get that's what we're talking about here. Yeah, versus assertions about what happened. Well, let me tell you what he said, then I said, then this happened, then that happened, and
Yeah,
suddenly 85
I
years have
haven't
gone
read
by.
it in that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he upholds the universe by the word of his power, declaring forth.
Yeah.
All right. Now here's the thing. I can make assertions about the technology, statements about facts. Yellow cable, $20. Adapter, $20. Facebook, arg, arg, arg. Right? And that's all flat shit. Right? On the other hand, how was the show? The show was declared forth. Right? Yeah. If there's 20 people here, I'd love to see 200. If it's a little choppy, oh well.
Yeah.
But was it worth showing up for? That's glorious. That's declaring forth. And that upholds everything. What's in your life? What are you declaring forth? All right.
Yeah. Cool.
Do you remember? It was only about a year ago. We'll do a show this long, and I'd be fidgeting in pain. And now we can do live shows, except we can't with this wiry setup. But I can sit here on the most uncomfortable wooden bench in the world, sideways, and and I'm just a little fidgety because my leg's gone to sleep. How lovely is that? Christina, welcome. You get to see the refund. We'll start in a moment.
Cool. So they were our hashtag strawberry bits. Sorry, I'll be quiet. While you type in yours, go to joinremarkable.com.
Yep, that's one word, joinremarkable.com. Our first call is on USA Sunday the 12th at 4 p.m. Eastern, if I got that right. And, yeah, that's it.
Cool. And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
All right. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Have a lovely day. Hey, 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 hey.